Alrighty guys, so I wanted to show you the seeds that we're actually planting this year. I have most of them. Some of them I started from seeds I had last year, so I don't have the packets for those. And one of those is, so we're going to start with tomatoes. And one of the ones I got last year at a plant sale around here was a chocolate cherry tomato. It was like a little sweet, greenish purplish cherry tomato. And so I don't have the seed packet for it, but we got quite a few of those going. We also are trying out this Cody cherry tomato from Fruition Seeds. I've seen a good review about that, so that was one of our first ones that we ordered. We started ordering seeds probably into January, 1st of February. And of course our tomatoes and peppers we got started first. Some of these peppers I just started a couple weeks ago because I had some other bell peppers and they didn't germinate, so we had to get some more. There were some older seeds that we had. Another of the cherry tomatoes that we're doing, Sam's most excited about these, is the Aunt Molly's ground cherries. They're like a tomatillo type of cherry tomato. They're in the little tomatillo husk, and they're supposed to taste like pineapple, so they're supposed to be like super sweet. So we're excited about growing those. Whenever you order from Baker's Creek Seed Company, you actually get a free packet of seeds, and so that's super exciting. So they sent this one with one of ours. There's some kind of yellow pear, so we're trying a couple of those. I think we got 5 or 6 of those. We did a couple of the tomatillos. The green ones, I think I only ended up with one green one. We didn't have really good germination out of those, which we didn't last year either. But we had them, so we planted them. We got quite a few of the purple tomatillos. I think you're supposed to have so many for them to kind of pollinate one another, so we'll see how that worked. We had a bunch of them that grew last year, but towards the end of the year, and we saved some seeds, and so I think they were the purples, so we may end up with both kinds this year. Another one was some paste tomatoes. Last year we did just straight Roma tomatoes, and we used that to make pasta sauce, diced tomatoes, kind of everything. But we didn't have very many. It was a weird gardening season last year. A lot of them went to the worms, and some had that blossom end rot, and so we ended up not getting a whole lot last year. But these are supposed to be huge paste tomatoes, so seen this in another YouTube video. Super excited to grow those. I got quite a bit of those. And it's an heirloom. We got 3 other heirloom tomatoes that we grew. One was the Cherokee Purples, which we have a jillion of. I saved the seeds from ours from last year and planted them all, I think. And so we have like 50 of those tomato plants, I think. Another one that we are growing are these Dr. Witchy's yellows. I actually just started those about 2 weeks ago. I definitely want to grow some of these. These things get huge, and they're supposed to taste really, really great. So I'm excited about those. Another one that we did were these Paul Robinson's tomatoes. They're supposed to be like a smoky tomato, similar to like the Cherokee Purple. So I'm excited about that. Moving on to the peppers. We did quite a few peppers, and like I said, we started some of these peppers just recently. So like that purple and green bell pepper there, we just started those a couple weeks ago. So they're not very big yet. I had to start some new jalapenos. I went and got me some new ones of those. I had a couple germinate, so we might have a few that are a little bit ahead of the others. But a lot of them just dampened off, where it grows a little bit, holds too much water, and then it just dies. So we had a bunch of them start, but then just die right off. Got tons of these sweet banana peppers. These were one of the first peppers we started. The Yellow Wonder sweet peppers, we started a bunch of those a while back. Got this from M.I. Gardener. Those seeds on their website is usually 99 cents a piece. So, and then he has a lot to choose from. So I got a lot of my seeds that I didn't have from last year I got from there, or Baker's Creek. We're super excited about those. Those change color when they're ready. I think they turn from green to red. Yeah, they turn from green to red, so that's pretty cool. My husband loves hot peppers, so we actually didn't get too many. Of course, we had the jalapenos. We got these little sweet peppers. We got these Anaheim chilies. Those are supposed to be really hot. We ended up doing some pepperoncinis. There's another YouTube channel we like to follow called Simple Living Alaska, I think is what it's called. And they do something called cowboy candy. It's something they can, and I want to make some. It looks amazing. So I think they use pepperoncinis and jalapenos for those, and so we want to do that this year. We're definitely wanting to do different melons this year. Me and Mark really don't like cantaloupes a whole lot, but Sam loves them. So we're going to try them. Never really had homegrown cantaloupe, so I'm hoping that changes our mind. Our melon we're most excited about is this Kajari melon. They're super sweet, supposedly small melons, so I'm super duper excited. I know I keep on saying I'm super excited, but I'm really excited to grow those. And we probably got about 8 or 9 of those started already, and they're doing good. We want to get those in the ground soon. Of course, spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash produces a whole lot of fruits, and if you've never had spaghetti squash, it's a fun thing to cook and tear up, and you can use it just like pasta noodles. We got a couple last year, but because they were on the ground, a lot of them got, and they were with pumpkins and watermelons as well, so a lot of them got kind of eat up with bugs and things, and I think we're going to have better luck with those this year. We're doing some of the loofah gourds. These you actually grow and you let them dry, and you can actually get the insides for the loofahs, and so that was just something fun. We may do that. I don't know if we'll plant that in our main garden, but we may put it along some fences here and there, because it's not something we're eating. You can eat them, I do believe, when they're smaller, but we're saving them so we can get the little loofahs out of them. So that's something we're going to do this year. Some of the things we already got in the garden already, some of these I have planted over here, are these bunching onions. We have the long white, Tokyo long white bunching onions, which is their first year trying those, and then these evergreen bunching we had last year. I've never had good luck with any kind of onion. So we're planting them a little bit different this year. We're putting them in between some places in the garden. I don't know, they just never get really big here. And I never put them in our main garden. I always put them in the raised bed. So we're going to put them in a couple different spots this year. We started some flowers. Some of these haven't came up yet, but some of them take but some of these take a really long time to germinate, so I don't know if they will. Some of the marigolds have germinated and are sprouting. The morning glories you actually have to direct sow, or they recommend direct sowing them. So I have direct sown a couple of these in some places, so we'll see if they come up. I've never really had good luck with flowers either. Sunflowers, yes, it's hard to kill a sunflower, to be honest, but the weeds usually take over the other areas that we try to grow flowers. So I'm hoping we have better luck, and I got a couple more seeds coming with some more flowers. And I've been trying to do more flowers that you can maybe do other things with. Of course, these bring in the pollinators. Marigolds are supposed to be really good companion plants with pretty much anything. They like mask the scent of certain plants so that it keeps some pests away. So I'm going to try to incorporate those more into the bigger gardens this year, and not just have a bland old row by row garden. I really want to have some flowers kind of mixed in there. We did a couple different kales. This is the dinosaur kale. It's supposed to get really big and leafy. I love the dwarf kale. Sam loves the real curled kale. I have to do kale chips out of those and put those in the convection oven, and they're super good. I did a couple spinach. To be honest, I don't remember which ones I have out there. But any spinach is good. It's totally different, I think, than what you buy in the store. Just tastes a whole lot better when you grow it, which is like most things that you grow in the garden. We have some lettuce. This is the black-seeded Simpson. This is the one we planted last year that did really well. Rocky Top is one that we got out there right now. We got a couple of those planted, and I'm mixing this row. This is another free one I got. You can't see it. Another free one I got from Baker's Creek. So I just kind of mixed that in with some of these other ones. Just shook them up in my hand and planted those. And you just plant those in kind of wider rows, and then you come and cut. Whenever they get to a certain size, you can cut it. Now I think this Rocky Top, that's actually like big leaf lettuce or head lettuce too, that if you let go and you separate them or thin them out, that they'll actually grow heads of lettuce. But we like what they call cut and come again type of lettuce, so you can just get some, harvest some, and let it grow some more, and then you can come get some more later. So you heard me talk about this purple kohlrabi. It's supposed to be like a cabbage, but these guys, I think they only get like 3 inches across, and you can harvest them. And I've never had those before, but I think we'll like them. We had a couple different kinds of carrots that we grew out there. This is one. This is supposed to be an easier one to grow. Never had any luck with carrots. These little Parisian carrots, they're real small. The trick with those is not planting it when it's super hot. When it's super hot, they just don't grow. And I think I've never gotten my garden started this early, and I always plant them into May, 1st of July, or 1st of June, excuse me. So that's probably why I haven't had very much success with carrots. So I think this year is going to be our year. Some beans one of these I got in already. I'm not really sure where we're putting our beans this year. We're trying to make the best of our garden space. So we haven't decided what we're doing with those, but we're growing a lot more varieties of beans this year. So these purple teepee beans are bush beans, and we planted some of these between those potato rows. They're supposed to add nitrogen back to the soil and help the potatoes grow. We should be able to go in between the potato rows to pick those. The Blue Lake pole beans is what we grow. We've always grown every year. These are great climbers, great producers. This is our main thing that we actually got out of the garden last year and canned. And then we actually still have some of. Got these cool Chinese red noodle beans. They're huge. I don't know if you can see that. They are ginormous. And they kind of stay that color to where I think these purple teepees, once you saute them in the pan, they actually turn green. But these keep their color. I thought it'd be something fun. These red Indian beans, these are actually dried beans. So you let them dry on the vine, I think. I've never done dried beans. You let them dry on the vine and then you just pick them from there. These Cherokee Trail of Tears beans, you can eat these as pods or you can let them dry for dry beans. So we'll probably plant those just for dry beans. And the rest of these are going to be for like fresh eating and canning and that sort of thing. And if you're not a big fan of beans, homegrown beans are amazingly so much better than canned beans you get in the store. And then we did a lemon basil. We did some mountain mint. That's the only mint I could really find. I think I ordered some more in this last batch that we're going to try. Mint, they say, can take over a garden space if you don't watch it. So I only grew a couple. We did some cilantro. It's supposed to be a hard one to grow as well. We got some seeds started. And I put a couple out in our herb garden outside. Planted tons of chamomile. Super excited because this is one that you can dry and use for other things. And it also looks pretty. So we planted that in a couple different spots. I planted some down with the potatoes. It's supposed to, of course, bring in the pollinators, but it's also supposed to help the flavor of the potatoes. So I don't know, it'll look pretty too. Did some chives. Again, chives is another one that can take over a garden space if you don't watch it. We started some sage inside. It's another one you can dry and use as dried herbs in the house. So that's a new one that we're trying this year. Dill, you can use whenever, especially when you're canning. You can do it for pickles and other canning recipes. Dill's in there. So I had bought some dill last year, some dried dill and different things, and it's not cheap. And watching videos over the winter, people plant it, and it's actually a weed. I think it's called dill weed, and so you don't want to plant a whole lot again because it'll take over those areas. It's a weed. It will grow no trouble. So I think we'll definitely have some of that. I just put that in our herb garden. I don't think I'm going to put it anywhere else. Oregano. We just had a couple of the seeds of those. I've had these for a while as well. Another herb you can dry and use for cooking and as a dried herb. Some rosemary. I had 2 seeds left in here and I kind of tore it open and planted it in the herb garden yesterday. It'll be a miracle if it grows, but you know, we'll stay positive there. And we did some bee balm. So these are the last ones. We did lemon bee balm and this mix here. Bee balms are just supposed to be pretty. You can eat them both, I do believe. Yeah, I think you can eat them both. And they smell great. And they bring in the bees and the pollinators and things to help the vegetables do well. So there's my haul for now. Alrighty guys, thanks for hanging out today and checking out what we're putting in our garden. Check back for another video to see what Sam's putting in her garden.